Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is Advanced Topics in Project Management Part 1. So before starting the class, please remember, wear the mask to protect yourselves and others. Keep social distancing and use sanitizers when and where it is necessary. I am Professor G.K. Viju, Professor and Dean E-Learning, University of Garden City, Khartoum, Sudan. The objective of the course, it's built from basic understanding of project management concepts to look at advanced topics that help improve the effectiveness of project management as a discipline. Since you are already having the idea about the fundamentals of project management, so this course will give you some of the information which is advanced in nature. And the syllabus, which is not limited, starting with introduction, risk management, new form of contracting, the role of trust in project management, managing in a multi-project environment, linking project management to organizational strategy, project management offices or PMO, global project management, virtual teams, project information systems, etc. So let us start the first topic, general project management theory and skills. Project management has evolved from a management philosophy restricted to a few functional areas and regards to something nice to have to an enterprise project management system affecting every functional unit of the company. Simply stated, project management has evolved into a business process rather than merely a project management process. More and more companies are now regarding the project management as being mandatory for the survival of the firm. Organizations that were opponents of project management are now advocates. Management educators of the past who preached the project management could not work and would be just another fad, and now strong supporters. Project management is here to stay. Colleges and universities are now offering graduate degrees in project management. So project management, the terminology may vary, but the project management will be consistent. So it is the responsibility of the project manager by using more than one tools to deliver a quality projects on time within the budget, that is within the schedule and within the budget. Project managers with the knowledge of skills to lead a team towards a common goal will optimize the team member talents to the best benefits of the team. So what are the knowledge and skills of the project managers? Start with PMBOK, that is Project Management Body of Knowledge. The project management body of knowledge is a set of standard terminology and guidelines for project management. The body of knowledge evolves over time and is presented in a guide to the project management body of knowledge. Much of the PMBOK guide is unique to project management, such as critical path methods, work breakdown structure, etc. The PMBOK guide also overlaps with the general management regarding planning, organizing, staffing, executing, and controlling the operations of an organization. Other management disciplines which overlap with the PMBOK guide include financial forecasting, organizational behavior, management science, budgeting, and other planning methods. The PMBOK guide is intended to be a subset of the project management body of knowledge that is generally recognized as a good practice. Generally recognized means the knowledge and practices described are applicable to most projects most of the time, and there is a consensus about their values and usefulness. Good practice means there is a general agreement that the application of the knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques can enhance the chance of success over many projects. And then the second one, application area knowledge standards and regulations. Application areas are categories of projects that have common elements significant in such projects, but are not needed to present in all projects. Application areas are usually defined in terms of functional departments and supporting disciplines such as legal, production and inventory management, marketing, logistics and personnel, technical elements such as software development or engineering, and sometimes a specific kind of engineering such as water and sanitization engineering or construction engineering. Management specifications such as government contracting, community development, and new product development. Industry groups such as automotive, chemical, agriculture, and financial services. Each application area generally has a set of accepted standards and practices, often codified in regulations. The International Organization for Standardization, that is ISO, differentiates between standards and regulations, and they are: a standard is a document established by, conscious and approved by the recognized body that provides for common and repeated use. Rules, guidelines of characteristics for activities and their results, aimed at the achievement of the optimum degree of order in a given context. Some examples of standards are computer disk sizes and the thermal stability specifications of hydraulic fluids. A regulation is a government-imposed requirement which specifies products, process, or service characteristics, including the applicable administrative provisions with which compliance is mandatory. Building codes are an example of regulations. There is an overlap in the concept of standards and regulations that cause confusion. For example, standards often begin as guidelines that describes a prescribed approach and later, with a widespread adoption, becomes generally accepted as if they were regulations. Different organization levels can mandate complaints such as when a government agency, the management of the performing organization, or the project management team establishes specific policies and procedures. Third one, understanding the project environment. There are many factors that need to be understood within your project environment. At one level, you need to understand your project environment by thinking in terms of the cultural and the social environment. In this region, we think of people, demographics, and education. The international and policy environment is where you need to understand about different countries' cultural influences. Then we move on to the physical environment. Here we think about time zones, think about different countries and how differentially your projects will be executed, whether it is just in your country or whether you have an international project that is distributed throughout the world in 5 different countries, for example. Project environment: cultural, social, political, international, and physical. Of all the factors, the physical factor are the easiest to understand, and it is the cultural and international factors that are often misunderstood or ignored. How we deal with clients, customers, or project members from other countries can be critical to the success of the project. For example, the culture of the United States value accomplishes and individualism. Then comes general management knowledge and skills. As the project manager, you have to depend on your project management knowledge and your general management skills. In this area, we are thinking of items like your ability to plan the project, to execute the project properly, and of course, to control the project and bring it to the successful conclusion with the ability to guide the project team while achieving project objectives and balancing the project constraints. Then comes interpersonal skills. Last but not the least, you also have to bring the ability onto the project to manage personal relationship as well as dealing with issues as they arise. The interpersonal skills examples like communication, influence, leadership, motivation, negotiation, and problem solving. The project team. It's a team whose members usually belongs to different groups, have different functions, and are assigned by the project manager to achieve or to activities for the same project. A team can be divided into sub-teams according to the needs. Usually, project teams are only used for a defined period of time. The project team includes the project manager and the group of individuals who works together on a project to achieve its objectives. It consists of the project manager, the project management staff, and other team members who are maybe not directly involved with management but carry out the work related to the project. This team consists of people from different teams with the precise subject matter knowledge or with the required skill set to carry out the work of the project. The structure and the characteristics of a project team usually vary, but the project manager's role as the leader of the team remain constant. However, the amount and nature of authority the project manager has over the members can differ. So here, this is the structure of a project management organization. Project team members, functional managers, project managers, sponsors, senior management, sponsor, and stakeholders. So who is a project manager? He plays the chief part of the project and is responsible for its success and quality. His job is to make sure that the project proceeds and completes within the specific time frame and the ascertained budget and accomplishing its goal at the same time. Project managers ensures that resources are sufficient for the project and maintain a relationship with the contributors and stakeholders. So some of the responsibilities of the project managers are like developing a project plan, managing deliverables according to the decided plan, leading and managing the project team, deciding the methodology used in the project, establishing a project schedule and determining each phase, assigning tasks to the project team members, and providing regular updates to upper management. Then comes project sponsor. The project sponsor is the driver and in-house champion of the project. He has a vested interest in the successful outcome of the project. They are typically members from the senior management, those with the stake of the project's outcome. Project sponsors work closely with the project manager and they legitimate or legitimize the project's objectives and participate in high-level project planning. Also, they often help to resolve the conflict and remove obstacles that occur throughout the project, and they sign off on approvals needed to advance in each phase. So some of the duties of project sponsors: make key business decisions for the project, approve the project budget, ensure availability of resources, and communicate the project's goals throughout the organization. One, senior management or executive management. Executive managers are responsible for meeting the overall strategic and business goals of the organization. Projects of all sizes and all priorities need some involvement by executive management to allocate the needed resources appropriately to the projects. Projects that are most important to the organization often need more project or executive management involvement than projects that are routine for the organization. The level of involvement by executive management in projects and project-related matters is contrasted with the project managers to demonstrate the difference in knowledge requirements. And we derive the role of executive management from the comparison. So some of the roles are strategic goals of the organization, selection of the projects, organizational strategy for projects, monitor projects' progress, change the project's plan, resource allocation for projects, leadership for projects, etc. Then comes functional managers. The functional managers is the person who has management authority within a business unit or department with direct supervision over one or more resources on the project or program team, and directly responsible for the functions affected by or that affect the project or program deliverables. And he manages and owns the resources in a specific department, for example, like IT, engineering, public relations, or marketing, and generally directs the technical work of individuals from that functional area who are working on the project. Comes project team member. Project team members are mainly the people who work on various phases of the project. They could be in-house staff or external consultants and may be working on full-time or part-time basis. Their roles can differ according to each project. Some of the duties like contribute to overall project objectives, complete individual deliverables, provide expertise, work with the users to determine and meet business needs, and document the process. Next, stakeholders. Stakeholders are those who are having any interest in your project's outcome. They are typically the members of the project team, project managers, executives, project sponsors, customers, and users. Customers. A customer, often also refers to as a client, can be a person or an organization that orders and buys the products or services that a business offers. In project management, the customer is one defining the requirements of the projects and often setting the parameters such as budget and deadlines. Then comes organizational breakdown structure. So it's a hierarchical model or hierarchical model describing the established organizational framework for project planning, resource management, time and expense tracking, cost allocation, revenue or profit reporting, and work management. So there is a difference between organizational breakdown structure and work breakdown structure. The organizational breakdown structure displays organizational relationships and then uses them for assigning work to resources in the project, whereas that of a work breakdown structure used to define the project during early stages of the life cycle, and the OBS provides the organizational structure for the project as it moves to completion. Responsibility assignment matrix. A responsibility assignment matrix describes the participation by various organizations, people, and role in completing tasks or deliverables for the project. It's used by the project manager in clarifying roles and responsibilities in cross-functional team, projects, and processes. A request for proposal or RFP might require a RAM from a contractor. A RAM, that is responsibility assignment matrix, is also called as RASI matrix. RASI stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So in the table it is clear on the top. R stands for responsible, A stands for accountable, C stands for consulted, and I stands for informed. What is responsible? Those who do the work to achieve the task. There is typically one role with a participation type of responsible, although others can be delegated to assist in the work required. Accountable, the one ultimately accountable for the correct and thorough completion of the deliverable or task, and the one to whom responsible is accountable. Consulted, those whose opinions are sought. That is consultant. In other words, we normally call it as consultant, and with whom there is two-way communication. And then informed, those who are kept up to date on progress, often only on completion of the task or deliverable, and with whom there is just one-way communication. Then comes organizational influence and structure. The organizational influence are the characteristics or attributes of an organization and the impact they have on the people and work completed within, including project management. This can be tangible like location, office space, etc., or intangible like culture. It also can be intentional or unintentional influences which I discussed. Then comes organizational leadership. It's a dual focused management approach that works towards what is best for the individual and what is best for the group as a whole simultaneously. It is also an attitude and work ethic that empowers an individual in any role to lead from the top, middle, or bottom of an organization. So here, some of the reason for the leadership failure, like poor selection of key managers in critical roles, approval or non-approval of certain projects and activities, unnecessary timelines or budget constraints, misunderstanding or ignorance of critical activity updates, or personality conflicts with a project manager. Then comes organizational culture. It is a collection of values, expectations, and practices that guide and inform the actions of all team members. So it is the responsibility of the project managers to understand the DNA or personality of the organization. Think of it as a collection of traits that make your company what it is. Research suggests that there are 7 dimensions which in total capture the essence of an organizational culture: innovation and risk taking, attention to detail, outcome orientation, people orientation, team orientation, aggressiveness, and stability. Organizational structure, which is the foundation of how business is conducted. So it defines how activities such as task allocation, coordination, and supervision are directed towards the achievement of the organizational goals or aims. Organizational structure affects the organization's action and provides the foundation on which standard operating procedures or SOP and routines rest. Some of the types of organizational structures are functional organizational structure, project-based or projectized organizational structure, market-based organizational structure, geographical divisional structure, process-based structure, matrix structure, circular structure, flat structure, and network structure. So here we are going to discuss about 3. One is functional structure. One of the most common type of organizational structure is the functional structure, which departmentalizes an organization based on common job functions. An organization with a functional organizational structure, for instance, would group all the marketers together in one department, group all the salespeople together in separate department, and group all the customer service people together in the third department. That is, functionally it is separated. Then comes projectized organization. A projectized organization works by arranging the activities into portfolios or programs and executing them through projects. In this type of structures, the project manager is the final authority over the projects they are handling. The term that is working on the project reports solely to them. So here in the projectized organization, the difference with the functional organization is that the staff members are grouped into workforce that may include representatives from several different traditional departments. And then the matrix organization. It is an organizational structure in which some individual reports to more than one supervisor or leader. Relationship describes as solid line or dotted line reporting, or it is a blend of functional and projectized structure. There are mainly 3 different types of organizational structure in matrix organization. They are strong matrix, weak matrix, and a balanced matrix. What is strong matrix? In this type of matrix, the authority lies with the project manager. He has a powerful role in the company and occupies a full-time role and responsibility. His power is unquestionable and he has a full-time administrative staff under him. He is the one who controls the project budget. In a strong matrix structure, the role of a functional manager is very less. Second, the weak matrix structure. In this structure, the project budget is controlled by the functional manager. The project manager has limited authority and power as his role is that of a coordinator. Then comes the balanced matrix. As the name suggests, the balance of power in the balanced matrix structure is distributed equally between the functional and project managers. Both have equal authority and power in the company. The project manager has the full-time role, but he receives a part-time administrative staff for project management. The project budget is controlled in an equal manner by both of them. Comes project coordinator. They are an important part of an organization's project team. They work under a project manager to ensure projects are completed on time and within the budget. Project coordinators oversee small parts of the largest project and are primarily responsible for administrative tasks. Then comes the final, that is project expeditor. So they usually carries the responsibility of staff assistant or communication coordinator. A project expeditor is not given the authority or very low authority to enforce decisions. So that's all in part 1. I feel that you like the video and explanation. If you are having any queries, please write to me to the email ID given in the starting of the lecture. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for continuous support. Thank you.